It's Friday, which feels like a good time to kiss the weekend hello with a little music. Kiss is one of the best-selling bands of all time, selling more than 100 million records worldwide and launching our next guest into the spotlight for nearly 5 decades now. Gene Simmons is back in our studio this morning with a new book, a new business, and maybe a new tour. Mr. Simmons, welcome back, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm great. I want to, right off the top, you've heard that song, you've played that song, you've seen that video, you performed that video.
Yep.
What are your thoughts when you see it? Do you get tired of it ever?
Oh, no, what are you talking about? I'm the luckiest person that ever walked the face of the planet. It's, you know, you get a chance to wear more makeup and higher heels than the ladies on the show.
Well, if you like it...
Now, that's a good-looking man.
That is a good-looking man right now. That's a confident man. That's a confident man.
Oops.
We ever going to see you back on stage, another tour?
You know, I hear all sorts of rumors about a huge thing in 2019. We'll see.
Good.
Stay tuned to this channel, and you'll find out all the latest.
I want to talk about this book because I was surprised that you wrote this.
Yeah.
So it's called 27,
Yep.
and it looks at a number of celebrities who didn't make it to 28.
Yeah,
so the likes of Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain.
I've got to do that. Where are you? Ah, good.
So what's your take on this?
It's the first release on the new Simmons books, and it's a sad story and maybe a lesson in life that you can have, you know, the cake and eat it too and all that stuff, the glory, the money and all that stuff. And sometimes because of depression, self-esteem issues, drugs and all that stuff, it can end in tragedy. But so this is the story of Amy Winehouse and Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and all that. All of them mysteriously passed away tragically at 27. But maybe there's a lesson here. Maybe the lesson is that we should learn to talk about it. The statistics tell us 1 in every 5 people, you will know somebody who's either depressed, has self-esteem issues, and or has chemical imbalances. Some end in suicide, and the least we can do is to just talk about it, because often it's kept a secret. People are ashamed of it. I'm not a shrink and a doctor. I'm not here to tell you what to do. What I'm telling you is just learn to listen and talk about it. If there's an early sign, get some help.
Now, Gene, your position on drugs and alcohol is very well known. You don't drink. You've never touched drugs.
Well, let's qualify and quantify that. If I have a headache, I'll take an aspirin.
Yes, of course.
If they pull a tooth, you know, I'll get some.
But a lot of authors, when they start with a subject, they've got a plan. They want to write a book, but they end up learning something about themselves as they're learning about the subject matter.
That's right.
Did your position on drug addiction change while you were researching and writing this book?
My position on addiction did not change so much because, you know, it starts with decisions early on, but I was dismissive of depression. I didn't understand what it was. I thought the people that sit on top of a building threatening to jump are just trying to get attention and all the stupid stuff. I've made lots of stupid comments over the years, and it bears noting that sometimes they just want somebody to just listen to them. And there are people who are trained. They go up there and they sit right beside them and say, "How you doing?" "Oh, I'm going to end my life." "Yeah, sometimes I feel that way." And I'm telling you, that saves lives.
Yeah.
So for those of you out there, you have a problem, you have a bad day, don't go into darkness. Pick up a phone, call a loved one, or call the suicide prevention hotline.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Because if I'm not mistaken, for those who pre-order and get a signed copy, a certain amount of the proceeds from those books will go to the suicide prevention hotline.
That's right. And I don't want to sit up here and say, look, we're giving to charity. This is something that affects everybody there, but for the grace of God, it could affect your family members, your children, or, you know, your mom and dad could be suffering. So you learn to listen and just talk.
I want to talk, before we end this, about this new soft drink venture that you started. And what I find really interesting is you get pitched tons of ideas.
Yeah.
This is a fan rock star dynamic. A fan pitched this idea to you, is that right?
Yeah, 2 brothers approached me to get an autograph, and they're from upstate New York, not far from here. And I was fascinated. They have 3 generations of making sodas and all that, and I liked it.
Yeah.
I own the Money Bag logo, which is Simmons Books, and I use it for other things. So I decided to get involved with these guys and put out the highest quality sodas, cane sugar, no preservatives, no nothing. On the other hand, I'm also the CEO of a Canadian cannabis company called Invictus-MD.com, which trades on the TSX under the name Gene.
Gene Simmons, one of the busiest guys around, with an entrepreneurial spirit that you won't find in too many other
I am
people.
the luckiest guy in the world, and when I grow up, I want to be just like you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming by. Come by next time you got something else, and we want to hear about it.
Okay,
All right.
that means tomorrow.